Hi, today I'd like to show you my web product, which is called Local AI iframe HTML Viewer. So this project was made for the course Web Product Design at Shanghai Jiao Tong University, where I'm currently studying. I had these four main criteria, which was to replicate the interface of an existing web product, modify part of the interface, add an AI chat function to explain the reasons for the modification, and submit a Figma design plan and executionable code. So the existing web product I want to show you, or that I've selected, is this one at W3 Schools, the Try It editor. So this editor uses iframe, which is a handy dandy way to check out what HTML code and different types of code are doing right in your web browser. So for example, if I wanted to add a header to the preview over here on the right hand side, I just have to add the HTML and press run. Oh, and I've missed out a 1, so now it's correct. So it's also a good way to practice HTML or JavaScript or CSS in the web browser. I think it's quite an interesting function of the web page, and I also think that I wanted to explore it more and see how AI could interact with it. So that leads to the next part, which is the Figma design plan. So I just took the screenshot and added the idea that there could be a text input way to chat with the code that's up here. If you click here, it will go ahead and open the Figma prototype. Like I say, it's just a screenshot with a text box down here. So that introduces the concept. So let's go ahead and run these instructions that I've made that should allow us to run this locally on the system. To do that, I'm actually using my laptop where I have not attempted to run this code before. So hopefully everything works. So this is a proof of concept now. So first we want to make sure we have Ollama installed. I'm running Arch, by the way. So sudo pacman sy ollama. It's going to ask for the password. And that's how you go ahead and install Ollama. I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to do that. And so the next is to run the Ollama server. So if I copy this and paste this, you don't need this ampersand, whatever this is, dev null and, because however, you don't need it. You don't need this ampersand, dev null and section. However, it is useful because it allows us to continue using the same window. Otherwise, we'll be getting all this verbose code, and we won't be able to use this window. So let's do that. And the next one is Ollama. And this one I'm not going to run in the background. So let's see it launching. So that launched pretty quickly. The reason why it launched so quickly is because I've already got it installed. The Ollama server's up and running. You have the Granite Code large language model running over it. Granite Code is developed by IBM and is specifically for coding, and that's why I thought it'd be a great choice for this project. So the next thing we want to do is git clone and the link to the project. So let's run that, and that's downloaded very quickly. We want to go actually into the directory we've just downloaded, and if we can look in there, there's not much to see. There's some information about the AI prompt that I used, the actual index, the license agreement I chose when I uploaded it to GitHub, the README, which we're going through now, and server.py, which uses Python to run the web server that will be viewing our site through, and B, will allow the website to communicate with the underlying Ollama server, which also works with Python. Before we can go ahead and set that up, we want to run this command, which is chmod +x server pi. This allows the computer to actually execute server.py. The reason for this is that basically your computer doesn't want to run any random codes. It wants to run things that you've approved. So let's go ahead and run that. And so now it's executionable. And the final piece of the puzzle is to run the server. So we're going to copy this python /server.py. We're not going to run this in the background, so I deleted that because we want to see the output. So serving at port 88. What does that mean? So it means that on the local server that we're running, the site that we want to see is running on port 88. So let's go ahead and try and... So I've already accessed 8000 at some point, but I want 88 based on what it says here. So boom, here we are in the website. It's not an exact match, but it has the basic things. It has this box for our HTML, but instead it's HTML is part of a chat, an AI chat or dialog box, as we had in the requirements. Then on the other side there's an iframe box. So welcome to iframe, a local AI, and welcome to local AI iframe HTML viewer. Prompt the AI to create a web page and see a fully rendered preview here. So now we're going to go and demonstrate how it works. I've got the dev tools open down here just so we can see what's going on. So we're going to ask it to create a web page. HTML boilerplate with a heading, paragraph, and bullet point elements. We can see down here at the bottom that it's sending the output, create a web page. So let's wait for the local AI to catch up. I'm running this on my laptop, so it's a little bit slow. So here we are. It created, we can see what happened. So here we can see that it says, sure, here's an example of an HTML structure. It starts a code block. Welcome to my web page. This is my web page created with HTML, item 123. This code creates basic HTML code, some basic coding, some description of what it's done. And on the right hand side, we can see that there's a heading element, a paragraph element, and these bullet points. And we can also see that there's a received response here, which is a complete message, and then by some processing it cuts out the HTML between the code block elements here and feeds that into the iframe part of the screen on the right hand side. Of course, this is not perfect. The AI doesn't really know that it's supposed to only be making websites, so it can give some unusual output. But that's just the basic premise of my web product. You can download it here on the GitHub, and you can view the prototype of how I imagined it looking. If I'd spent some more time working on the aesthetics, I just wanted to get this working for the completion of this course. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I look forward to you guys' feedback. Perhaps there's already a product that does something like this. I've never heard of it, but if there is, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.